Okay.
We're live. We made it.
We're alive.
Yeah. Oh, that thing's playing.
Okay, we are trying to set up on my laptop so we're able to keep up with comments.
Hello all.
There we go.
Babe, adjust this, not the leg, because it's gonna tip over.
Okay. Let me
We
find
can't
it
see
here.
Max, he's too short. We're gonna have to hold him up the whole time. What do you think of that, bud?
Say hi. Hi, guys.
Can you see yourself? He's fascinated by screens, which it kind of has me a little bit worried, because we told ourselves our boy would not be addicted to screens and phones and video games, and can't help it. We turned on Lion King the other night, like a month and a half ago, before we even thought that he could like see 6 inches, and he was in love with watching the Lion King. So
Totally.
now he's watching what we're doing. He can, I don't know if he can see himself, but he definitely loves the screens. I hate to say it.
Yeah, we have this iPhone app that's supposed to show like what their vision is like, because they don't see as clearly until they're like maybe even over a year old. Their vision is kind of blurred and not quite as vibrant of colors.
Yeah.
But we feel like he sees clearer than what the app shows us, because he seems to pay attention a heck of a lot.
He makes like serious eye contact. So anybody out there have young kids, children, babies, and have any input on that for us? We feel like Max is like a total gazer and he makes eye contact. Don't you, bud?
Well, I don't even know how to get this to show.
We are trying to pull up our
'Cause I see
live
that
stream
there's-
for comments. And we want to make sure that we can get back to you guys on the comments.
Okay, here, I know what to do now. Here we go.
Okay, we got it.
Okay,
You got that one muted? Your computer muted?
yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, guys, fire away. Do we have some comments already coming in?
Oh yeah, people are letting us know where they're from, which is cool. Keep letting
Yeah,
us know
sweet.
where you're coming from. We've
Yeah.
got lots of Floridians.
Yeah.
Canada, Washington. Loved your curry lentil recipe. That's one of our
Good.
favorites too. We love lentils, and we always have to throw curry powder on like everything.
The last video we posted was the budget one, and we actually just last night made that recipe again. It took like, what, 5 minutes? It's so quick,
Totally.
simple, easy, tasty. We've got some leftovers actually that might have to dig into shortly here, so.
Yeah. So yeah, we've got lots of people from Florida. Crazy. Alabama, more Canada,
Yeah.
Virginia, North Carolina, Texas. This is
Yeah.
awesome.
If you guys wondering why we're looking down, we have the computer, so we have to respond to the comments on the computer. It's just funny how complicated it is, but anyway, we're here with you, but we're commenting here, so.
Black bean burgers and raw salad dressings. Oh yeah, those are some of our favorites too.
Nice.
Actually, it's getting to that time of year where we're gonna have to start making those bean burgers again. It's been a while for us.
Those were the best, and that was a good video. That video turned out well. It was just summertime, and it's nice to get outside and be
Yeah.
able to film outside.
Omaha, Nebraska, Northern California.
Right on.
I want to see the baby. Get Max up in there.
He's sitting on my lap.
He actually just woke up from
Now
like.
he's standing on the table. He's
I gotta
so
show you
strong.
guys his pants. They're really, really cute. There's like little palm trees, pineapples.
I wish I had
They're pretty
some.
cute. He's growing into them.
Like all the clothes he has, and he's like totally standing right now. Like I'm obviously holding him, but he's like standing on the table. And he's just 3 months old. I don't know. I think he's doing good.
Yeah, he's doing really well. He's gaining weight. He's getting to the point though with eating where he is really, really distracted, and I think part of that is because his vision's getting clearer. He's getting more alert.
Yeah.
So he'll be like feeding, and where before he would just like eat and just be chill, now he'll like eat, look up, look around, like laugh and smile, or not really laugh yet, but smile at us, and
Yeah.
it's just he gets distracted, like, oh, what, a bird?
Yeah, or by nothing, because we are inside. I don't know what he's ever looking
I
at,
know.
staring at the ceiling. And he talks like crazy. Erin was like, I'm going for a run yesterday morning, and so we were just hanging out, and Max is just la la la, like yelling the whole day, not crying. He's not upset. He's just talking about.
He babbles a lot.
He's babbling like crazy.
He coos a lot. He's just got all kinds of cute baby sounds.
Yeah.
And not to mention sounds coming out of other places too.
Oh yeah.
Takes after his dad.
Totally. If you guys saw the last video, you saw his little butt language there. we share a similar. We do a thing called fart tennis, so Bo and I will exchange. I better just stop.
Max, you've got a little friend in Canada. 3.5-month-old Eddie says hello. Say hi to Eddie.
Yeah.
Hi, Eddie.
That's awesome. Just a couple weeks apart, huh?
Let's see. Someone from Portugal. Wow.
Oh, nice. We would love to go to Portugal.
Yeah. How often do you use mock proteins, including the Beyond Meat or others, in your diet? I would say slim to none. We rarely do. I mean, to us, it's more of like a treat when we go out, I would say. Not even then. We've never even tried the Beyond Burger, but the last veggie burger we had was actually right after Max was born.
Oh, yeah.
I was so hungry. Dusty was hungry. And we're like...
That was at the hospital.
I know. We were like, do you guys have anything vegan by chance? It's a tall order, but they're like, oh yeah, no problem. We've got a vegan burger. And we're like, yes, please. I'll get his rag.
Yeah, so like Erin said, we've never tried the Beyond Burger. I'm not a big like mock chicken guy. I think I've tried it once. We've done the barbecue pulled pork, the jackfruit pulled pork, and it was average to me. I don't know. I'm just kind of over it. I'm not really into the mock meats, I guess. I'm not really opposed. I mean, if that's something you like, that's cool. It's super processed, so I wouldn't make it a habit. But whatever.
They're fantastic transition foods, but they're still processed. So
yeah,
get used to using them instead of animal products, and then get used to eating whole foods instead of those.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tilt this down just a hair.
Well, you gotta loosen it the right way.
Oh, sorry. Technical.
You're gonna knock the whole thing over.
It's gonna be perfect. Oh, there we go. Let's see. Okay, I see something else here. You guys are still full vegan? Yes, 100%. There have been a lot of crazy YouTubers out there that have been all of a sudden like making the switch, and for health reasons. So we're not going to get tangled up in all the drama of that. If somebody has health issues, whether or not they are, valid or not, they're saying that they are. So I don't really think it's our place to judge their decisions. And I think it's even more harmful for the vegan community to bash them, because that just frightens other people from even trying this lifestyle, which we still think is amazing. It makes us feel great. I don't know. I don't even think about or crave animal products at this point, so we're just not too worried about it. But
yeah, we're still vegan. But we've always said, if something would happen, or you never know. You can't judge other people based on like whatever decision they make. Like Erin said, if it's for health reasons or whatever, like you can't judge people based on the choices they want to make. Like Ravana is still doing amazing things for the health and wellness community, and then the vegan community wants to bash her and like tear her apart. But I mean, she's helped millions and millions of people get super healthy, and I think she's going to continue. So I don't think it's right for us to judge them because they want to change their lifestyle, and you have to look at it as a whole. And veganism isn't a religion, and it needs to be about supporting one another and holding people up, and not judging people if they're not perfect. So
I think at the end of the day too, we hold everyone, especially that's on social media, putting themselves out there, we hold everyone to this standard of perfection. We think that everybody is flawless, when really it's like everybody is just human. We're all normal. We all slip up, or nobody's perfect. So I think what's more important than being perfect being 100% all in with whatever it is you
100%.
ascribe to. I think what's more important is to just be conscious. Be a conscious consumer of food, of what you purchase, what you wear, everything all across the board. Be conscious and you can't go wrong.
Yep.
What vitamins do you guys recommend? Number one would be for whether you're vegan, vegetarian, or just eating a standard American diet, whatever it is, vitamin B12 and D3. Studies have shown that most people, at least here in America, are deficient. Vitamin D is super important. We get it from the sun, but a lot of us work cubicle, desk jobs. We don't get enough sun. We're not going outside as much as we used to. So vitamin D is super important. It'll help your bones. It'll help your immune system. It'll help combat stress and depression. So that's huge. And then B12 is the other one. So, you know, at least those two. We've also been taking an EPA DHA supplement, which is just a omega-3 fatty acid.
Algae oil.
And we do an algae-based one, so it's not fish oil. You just cut out the middleman.
Yep.
So those are the main ones, I would say. And we try not to supplement too much because sometimes supplements end up becoming a crutch because you think, oh, well, I'm covering my bases with my multivitamins, so it doesn't really matter if I skip my salad today or my green smoothie today. So we try to get the bulk of our nutrition just from whole foods, but
Yeah. And
it doesn't hurt to supplement though, because especially for me breastfeeding and when I was pregnant, it's like I'd rather be safe than sorry.
Yeah.
And I think they're doing more good than harm. And knock on wood, because I haven't had a cold or the flu or anything in quite some time.
Yeah, and I've been taking a lot of supplements recently. I think a lot of people are ashamed to admit that they're supplementing, but I was asking on Instagram about an iodine supplement because I was feeling low energy. Same thing with iron. So this winter I've got on more supplements than I have in the last few years because I was feeling like I needed to, like low energy and stuff like that. So I started taking an iron supplement, and I didn't actually take an iodine supplement. I started using kelp, which the Maine Coast Sea Veggies, I think, is the brand. But yeah, we've got a cabinet full of supplements, and if there's something that we feel like we're lacking, whether it's calcium, magnesium, iron, we have all of these on hand. And you know, supplements are okay. They're better than they're better than being deficient in something. Like, we shouldn't be afraid to supplement.
Just make sure that they're quality too, quality supplements. But yeah, what was I gonna say? I can't remember. Let's see. Oh yeah, I remember what I was gonna say. We actually have it on our EatMoveRest Amazon shop. We have all of our favorite supplement brands. So if you're looking for the brands that we use, that we trust, you can find them there. It's linked down in the description. And then we also have a couple of YouTube videos on the supplements we take if you want to hear a little bit more about what all they're good for, what they do for you.
Yep.
Did you always like huge salads, or were they an acquired taste? Oh, they were definitely an acquired taste.
Yeah.
But we've found that avocado solves most problems when it comes to like making things more savory. At least eating kale and eating some of the roughage, it just tends to soften things up. And also adding some citrus will do the same. Or something like coconut aminos, and a lot of people have their qualms with those coconut aminos or liquid aminos because of the sodium content. But if it's going to get you to gulp down a whole bunch of greens and veggies that you otherwise wouldn't enjoy, you want to enjoy your food, and it's going to help you to get more nutrition than, you know, if the sodium's in there, it's not a big deal, I think.
I don't even care about it. I don't even I don't think about sodium. I don't think about those things because I'm so healthy in every other aspect that I don't, you know, if like Erin said, if you have to put some dressing or some salt, something on your salad to eat it, I think that's okay. I think it's better to eat the salad than it is to avoid salt, for crying out loud. I don't think that's a big deal. I put beans and rice and quinoa and corn and things like that on my salads because, again, it's more food, it's more calories, it's added protein, and I don't really love salads. I never have, and they're still hard for me. But if I can put some tasty, like spiced beans or quinoa or corn on there, it's a lot easier for me. So don't be afraid of dressings and things like that. Just just get the salads in. And then once you get used to eating salads, you'll actually crave them more. So we say start with smoothies. That will retrain your gut, and then you'll actually crave the salads.
Yeah, like putting kale in your smoothie or cucumber, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Can help you change your gut flora and ultimately change your taste buds. It really truly works.
It does.
And it does happen.
Yeah.
Let's see, skincare products that you recommend. Cocoa Kind. We use coconut oil as moisturizer, but honestly, like I find that it makes my clothing really greasy, so I'll put it on. We both use it like in the shower. While we're still in the shower, we've got a little thing of it that we, lather on, then towel off so you're not quite as oily. And I just sleep in it. I don't ever wear it during the day. Other skincare products, I really love argan oil. I don't like to use coconut oil on my face just because I've heard that it can clog your pores. So I'm prone to breakouts, so I use argan oil. But recently I just bought some rosehip oil on Amazon, and I've actually heard that it actually goes into the cells, whereas some of the other oils just sit on top of the cells and coat them.
Yeah.
So
I've found a few things. So I use jojoba oil on my face. Just for men, there's like DHT and DHT blockers, so it's weird and it's kind of down the hole. But if you're a guy, you don't necessarily want to put something like argan oil on your face because there's DHT blockers that prevent. I have like patchy facial hair, and so that causes male pattern baldness, and it also can like mess up your facial hair pattern. So jojoba doesn't have that, so I started using jojoba, and it's actually, I feel like it's better for my face too. And coconut oil, it's too greasy on my face and it just wipes off and it like dries on my eyelashes. Erin would always be like, you have coconut oil on your eyelashes. And so yeah,
we are an oily bunch. Max uses oil too. There's this stuff, what's
Mother's
the brand?
Special blend.
Mother's Special blend that I actually used to prevent stretch marks, and it worked wonderfully. Now we massage Max with it every night before bed, and he loves it. But other than oils, I really like Truly Organic for facial moisturizer during the day when I wear makeup and stuff, or not. It goes on really well under your makeup, so try that brand, Truly Organic. Or another good brand is 100% Pure. They've got really great stuff.
I forgot Erin chopped me a salad earlier. She ate hers, so I'm gonna eat mine now. But I'm gonna add some corn, and here is my kelp, seaweed.
I call it like jerky of the sea because it's really hard to eat if you eat it raw like that. It's very, very chewy. It's hard to chew.
But it's salty and pretty tasty.
It's got lots of iodine, like ridiculous amounts. Okay, we're getting behind here on these. Do you ever eat whole wheat bread, tortillas? I've never been much of a bread eater, but Dusty loves bread. That's like his weakness, if you want to call it that. But he eats tortillas, no specific type, but lately he's been getting this Maria Ricardo's is it from Whole Foods?
Yeah.
And then also if I do bread, and when he does, it's Ezekiel bread. So that's what we do. Neither of us have a gluten sensitivity or intolerance or anything like that, and I don't really feel like it causes us any problems. I don't really love bread. I'm probably crazy in that regard. But do you guys, let's see.
Did you chop an avocado earlier?
Let's see, was it hard to become full vegan? I guess it wasn't difficult just because of the fact that we never pressured ourselves to get to a certain point. We started out as vegetarian just kind of on a whim, and it seemed to make us feel good, and we didn't like to cook and prepare or buy meat at the store anyways, so we ended up sticking with it and only eating it when we went out, and then realizing, well, eating meat when you go out places is going to be the least clean meat possible, so why are we eating it at all? So then we just kind of cut it completely, and it wasn't that difficult because, like I said, we didn't force ourselves to like eliminate dairy, eliminate eggs. It was a natural progression over time.
Going vegan?
And it was like we were building our arsenal of vegetarian meals and then vegan meals. We got a few. We gave ourselves time basically to find transition foods and upgrades, and everything. Every single day just became like a new and exciting upgrade. Like, oh, check out this thing I learned how to make. I learned how to make homemade hummus, so we don't need to use ranch dip with our carrots anymore. So just give yourselves that grace period to be able to get new recipes under your belt, rather than trying to go cold turkey and realize I just cleared out all the turkey out of the fridge and I don't know what to eat.
Right.
So yeah, don't be hard on yourselves. More importantly, just start adding before you subtract. Eat lots of colorful fruits and veggies. They're gonna outweigh all of the, bad things that you might still have in your diet.
So I just put avocado and corn on my salads for those of you that were asking. It's gonna make it super, super tasty. Otherwise, there's no way that I would eat a bowl full of kale and spinach and cabbage and all this other good stuff. It's good for you, but it's hard for me to eat. So I make it tasty with avocado and corn. Mm-hmm. Thanks for making it.
Yes. Ew, gross. Where do you buy your frozen pitaya? We get it from Whole Foods. We used to get it just online, then they would ship it, but now it's nice because you can buy it as a pack of 4 in the frozen section next to the acai packs. Are you getting chatty? Let's see. Oh, do you guys budget a certain amount of money each month for food or just spend what you spend? We spend about the same amount every time we go, and it's higher than we would like for it to be. That's why one reason why I think we want to move is we want to be able to grow more. We want to be able to access more tropical fruits and things that don't have to be imported, because that's not zero waste friendly, and because it's just not fresh and it's not seasonal and it's expensive. And we eat lots of fruit. And if you look at the animals of the animal kingdom, they live in the climates where they can thrive. And I kind of think we're both to the point where we're like, the way that we eat, the way that we live, we're so outdoorsy, we're not thriving to the level that we could be. So we're kind of entertaining the idea of moving.
Right.
We need some encouragement from you guys. Mm-hmm. Where out in the world should we move? Seems like there's a lot of pros, but there's also a lot of cons to almost everywhere.
Yeah.
Is dating a partner that's not willing to eat plant-based or healthier a deal breaker due to lifestyle differences? I would say no. I think that everybody is on their own health journey, and you need to be kind and compassionate about that. I don't know. I look at my mom and dad. I guess they're already together, so it's different. But she's always been super healthy, and he's always been not unhealthy, but he just chooses to eat pizza and all that kind of stuff. And they're fine. She just does her thing. You've just got to do you, and honestly, lead by example. Because the more that you start to do these things in front of your loved ones, they're going to eventually take an interest when they see how happy and healthy it makes you. And if you can make the food taste good and share that with them, share the wealth, that's the best way to, I don't want to say convert people, but that's the best way to inspire people.
Let's see.
What is that?
That is, Diane Neary says that is the cutest, healthiest looking baby ever. Thanks so much.
Okay, let's see here. How are you planning on raising Max vegan? Will you be sharing that journey? Yeah, I guess at 6 months is typically when you start to introduce solids, and we're kind of learning from our friends and from our parents, and going to start doing research here pretty soon about how is the best way to go about that. But as far as raising him vegan, he will basically eat the foods that we prepare here in the house, so he'll be eating plant-based. That being said, when he gets to the age where he goes to birthday parties and things like that, there's only so much control you can, place in those situations, and we're not going to be like the control freak helicopter parents that are super hard on our kids. I think it's more important to just instill your values, whether it be your values as far as faith, work ethic, diet and lifestyle choices. You just have to do your best to teach your kids, the way that you think is going to benefit them best and most, and let them go on their merry way and trust. you know, I think you've got to put trust in your kids and realize he's not a human in 5 years or 10 years or 18 years. He's a human right now, even though he's a little bit less competent, you know?
Yep.
He's his own person. He's not ours. We don't own him. We created him, yes, but he's his own person, so we have to respect that.
That kind of goes back to the last question of like, is dating someone that's not vegan a deal breaker? Ultimately, it comes down to like creating a culture and like changing the world. If you want to change the world and help the world to move in the right direction, you have to bring people in from the outside, right? You can't just stay in your bubble. You can't just stay in a vegan bubble, or for us, a Christian bubble. Like, you have to go out and meet people and make friends who aren't vegan, who aren't of the same faith or whatever. And you have to get to know them and be friends with them. And the idea is to bring them in, right? So same thing with Max, like you just said. Everybody's their own person, and like you can try to force people to do what you want them to do or be how you want them to be, but the most important and the most lasting thing is to show them who you are and attract them to whatever it is that you're doing, because that creates real change when it's their choice. So
yeah, totally. I totally
hopefully,
agree. And then there's
Max,
people like, okay, so Mother Teresa wasn't vegan, but look at the good she did in the world in so many other regards. And so I think that we all have like our strengths or the things that make us, quote, good people and bad people. And we just need to find the good in everybody. Here, you want to grab him for a second? Let me see. Where are you guys thinking of moving?
John sent us a shout out.
Hey, John.
John Halfnecker says, love you guys. Thanks, John. Appreciate it.
Let's see here. We don't really know where we think about moving. We've always dreamt of California since the day I was born. I swear I was born in another life, born on the beach, and Dusty too, born in the ocean even.
Same.
But so we talk about California, except the fact that it's overpopulated, overpriced, blah, blah, blah. But ideally, maybe someday. But we've also thought about Arizona kind of as a stepping stone, just because it's a warm climate, it's nice and clean, and health conscious people live there. It's really outdoorsy and active. Sometimes I think about Colorado just because I think the mountains are beautiful, but it would, again, we're trying to get away from the cold weather. So, and we've also talked about Italy. We've talked about going overseas to Italy or Spain. So really right now we're like, maybe we just need to explore the world for a while and see what feels right and just leave things open-ended. So we don't really know yet. And hopefully we'll be able to do more. The goal is that we'll be doing more retreats around the world and a lot more in the US. So we can kind of explore more, meet more people, branch out, connect more with all of you guys in person, and maybe we'll end up finding our forever home that way. Let's see. Where do you get your fruits and veggies in the winter when farmers markets are closed? We actually are pretty lucky to have Whole Foods and a local co-op that really get fantastic selections of really pretty fresh fruit and veg for, you know, being in Nebraska. We're pretty lucky because we know a lot of our small town friends here don't quite have that luxury, and you know, their supermarkets, maybe they're lucky to get frozen and canned fruits and vegetables that are good. Let's see here.
Even mangoes. We get really good mangoes and
from time to time.
Pineapples. Yeah, not always, but for the most part, we can get a lot of stuff, and we're fortunate.
Your mango hemp lime dressing is delicious. Ooh, that's one of our favorites. Dusty loves that one. I do too.
Yep.
Do you guys have a recipe book? No, but that's just something we talk about every other day of the week. Like, let's get that ebook going. Let's get that ebook going. So hopefully this year will be the year. It's going to be.
Would you guys buy an ebook? If we had one out, let us know.
Yes.
We need some drive here. We need a little push.
Let's see. Do you count calories? No, we always say don't get caught up in counting calories, just be calorie conscious. So educate yourself on how many calories are in an apple, how many are in an avocado, how many are in a handful of nuts, so that you can be conscious that when you're sitting down at your desk at work and you've got a bag full of nuts, if you eat that whole bag, it might be delicious, but it might have 2,000 calories in it. That wouldn't be smart. So just be calorie conscious. That way you know what you're getting. And if you're battling with a weight gain issue or weight loss issue, you can kind of start to balance that way.
If you're trying to like really hone in, if you're trying to gain weight or lose weight, it's helpful to count calories even for a small amount of time. So I've got a couple guys online that I've been in touch with doing some coaching and stuff, and they're like, one of them wants to lose weight and one of them wants to gain weight. Both, when we started, had to figure out how many calories they were eating, so they had to count. From that point, you have to count again so you know where to be. If you're trying to gain, you got to be here. If you're trying to lose, you got to be here. But that, again, that's like a 1 or 2 week thing, and you don't have to. Like Erin said, just be calorie conscious. You know about where you're at, and you don't want to be that person. You don't want to get too brainy, because then food and everything becomes work, and that's just no fun.
Yeah. Let's see.
The good thing about a plant-based diet is that you can eat and eat and eat. And like this, there's not a lot of calories at all. Erin and I both eat a lot of calories. We don't count, and we eat basically as much as we want. And if you're like that, being on a plant-based diet is cool. It's awesome.
Yeah. Let's see. How do you know you're missing a certain supplement? What signs does your body give you? A lot of times you'll feel like heady, like brain fog, lethargic, low energy, just not as strong as you could and should feel. But that being said, almost every single deficiency is going to give you those symptoms. So it's kind of difficult to navigate, but
I feel that way too. Sometimes, just a side note, I feel I don't have any deficiencies. Like, we've done blood panels, and I feel like that 3 days out of the week. Like, what's wrong with me? Whatever. So that's not always a clear sign either. Like,
right, and it's not always food related. It's not always vitamin supplement related. I think we really, really get caught up in this whole like, oh, I need to be eating this, or my body needs this cleanse. I need to fast for a month, or whatever it is. But really, it's not always. We shouldn't have to place so much emphasis on the foods that we're eating. You should get them dialed in to the best of your ability, and then carry on with your life. Think about, what's the level of stress in my life? Did I get enough sleep last night? Was it quality sleep? But then going back to the stress thing too, it's like that can really wreak havoc on your body, because the mind-body connection is extremely powerful, and it's something that shouldn't be taken lightly. So I think stress and anxiety should be the first place to start when you don't feel great, is how can I start to tamper that down with mindfulness, meditation, prayer, rest, time, family and friends times. If you are, like our friend Joel said, who's a recovering addict, he said, don't ever let yourself get too hungry, angry, lonely, or tired. And that spells halt. So halt if you're hungry, angry, lonely, or tired. Figure out how to fix that, make it right.
Stop what you're doing and address those things first.
And for me, a big one of those is lonely. Like, if I feel like I haven't socialized all day, like if I'm just busy in my own little zone on my computer, and I might be on social media, but those are some of the days that I feel the least fulfilled, is when I haven't had like that true interaction with the people around me that I care about most.
Besides all that, before you start supplementing a bunch of stuff, go get your blood work done. Go see your doctor. We're not doctors. None of these other YouTubers are doctors. They might be, but they can't tell you without like a blood panel. Don't start taking a bunch of stuff. Unless it's like B12 or vitamin D.
Those will be good places to start.
Good places to start, and then from there, you can't get it figured out, do a blood panel. That's the only way to really know for sure what you're deficient in. So. And
then really check in with your calories. Are you restricting yourself so harshly because you want to fit into those old pants that you fit into 5 years ago or whatever? Sometimes it's just not worth the struggle.
Yeah. So you have to eat, and you have to eat enough to feel good and to be healthy. So like, you might be trying to lose weight, but you can't starve yourself. Too many juice fasts, water fasts, all these things are super popular, and it's not healthy. It can be unhealthy, in fact. So eat a balanced diet, eat enough, and you should feel good, you should feel full, all these things, and that could be why you're feeling, a number of these symptoms.
Yeah. I think another good point is that it's really difficult when you see these amazingly vibrant raw vegans on social media that just make life look easy, and I need to be raw vegan because it's obviously doing something for them. While that may be the case, you really, really have to put in the extra effort and go the extra mile to make sure you're covering your bases. And especially if you don't live in a tropical climate, you might just be like cutting yourself short every which way just to be raw. So it's more important to just make sure that you're getting the nutrition that you need. And there's nothing wrong if you listen to Dr. Garth Davis, Dr. Esselstyn, Dr. Campbell. All of these guys are waking up and they're eating rolled oats with berries on top. They're eating brown rice and black beans for lunch, and they're eating potatoes on potatoes and quinoa. So these healthy whole grains, whole foods, plant-based is definitely going to be the safest route. That being said, raw can be great, but you really, really have to know what you're doing, I think.
So many people ask us, like, I feel like I should go raw. I should go raw. Even Erin and I are like, I'm going to go raw, whatever. But it's so much harder than it seems. It's expensive. You have to have a good blender, a good juicer. You have to have all these things. And ultimately, you end up hungry. We end up hungry, and it's just hard. So, yeah.
I might have to feed little man, but
I
think that the screen is low enough that I could be able to, but let's just go.
You want to go grab him and then you can come over with him?
Yeah. When are you guys going to come to Brazil? That would be awesome. We actually have a really good, a couple of friends that are from Brazil.
Kachi.
So, yeah.
Kachi and Caroline, they're probably not watching, but if they are, they're from Brazil and they have nothing but great things to say about Brazil. And Kachi's husband Ryan, super good buddy of mine, said the same thing, loves Brazil. They've encouraged us to go visit sometime. We would love to. So
yeah, we need to visit more places in South America.
Yeah.
Let's see. Thinking of moving to Texas. I want a garden year round. That's what I'm talking about. I want a garden.
Yeah, me too.
Year round, not just. Oh my heavens!
This is the reality of our new life.
I am off camera, correct?
Okay. Yep.
Just make sure.
He's been really cranky lately, even when like trying to eat. I feel like he's maybe going through kind of a growth spurt or something.
Okay.
Let's
Sorry
see.
guys, that was maybe somewhat awkward, but it's okay.
Do you wear 100% pure lipstick? The colors you have are so pigmented, question mark?
Yeah, I do have about 4 of their lip colors. I've got all kinds of lip colors, and I know that lipstick isn't the greatest thing, but 100% pure has really, really good, clean options as far as cosmetics go. So, let's see. Who else do you watch on YouTube?
Thanks for all the comments, you guys. We got a bunch of positive feedback here. Thank you for all of it.
Yeah. One of my favorites on YouTube is just Rich Roll. I love the podcast, but I like to see it on
Did you read the question?
Video.
The question was,
YouTube.
Who else do you watch on YouTube?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, we love Rich Roll. I mean, there's a bunch of channels out there.
I do really like Fully Raw Christina. I really enjoy her stuff. It's great. Who else? Maddie Limburner. I love her channel.
Yeah, there's a bunch of channels that I like that aren't necessarily vegan. Camera channels and stuff like that, because we, obviously like to make videos. But yeah, when it comes to vegan channels, I like the bodybuilding guys like John Venus, Leo Venus. His brother Leo is gonna be a doctor. I actually really like his stuff. Nimai Delgado, another, you guys probably know of him, vegan bodybuilder, super awesome content from him. There's a lot. The best way to know, like, send us a DM on Instagram maybe, and we can point you to some Instagram accounts of some good some good vegan YouTubers and Instagram guys. So
we've got lots of yeses for the ebook, and then Kate says, how about a recipe app better than ebook, which gets forgotten?
we have discussed it.
Yeah,
It's
we would love to
definitely-
do like a EatMoveRest app. So maybe we will. We will have to get on top of that.
There have been tiny steps made in that direction to get things moving on an EatMoveRest app too. But we got our hands full lately. We've got so much going on. Anybody a programmer or a designer out there that wants to help? If you want to help organize an ebook, or could you help us design an app? If any of you guys are, we're totally open to asking for help, obviously paying for help, trading services, shouting you out, doing whatever we can to work together, because we've got our hands full with between Max and everyday life and planning retreats and shooting YouTubes. Like, we're super busy, but we want to do all these things. So anyway, any programmers or anybody that knows someone out there, shoot us a direct message, send us an email, comment here. We're totally open to working with anybody and everybody on the subject, because we want to put all that stuff out for sure. So
can you explain the raw till 4? Basically, raw till 4 is just eating raw foods until dinner time or until the afternoon. You don't really have to be super rigid with it, but it's not like when 4 o'clock hits, all of a sudden you go hog wild for all the cooked food. It's more just, it's a great way to remind yourself to be incorporating lots of whole, fresh foods into your diet, which are going to help with your digestion. They have all of their living active enzymes intact. And yeah, I would say there's days where we're not 100% perfect, especially Dusty doesn't always really,
yeah.
But
I ate leftover stew for lunch today, and I didn't even think about it. So it's just one of those things where yes, we're vegan, but the whole raw till 4 thing, again, I think that's probably just something some other YouTuber made up a year ago and said I'm raw till 4, and it kind of caught on. I don't think it's a super real rigid type of structure that people stick to. It's, again, like Erin said, I try to eat mostly raw foods, smoothies and whole food, fruit and stuff like that before dinner time.
If you've watched my What I Eat in a Days, you can see kind of how raw till 4 works. I've got a handful of them. We have another one coming out soon. Basically, like Dusty said, smoothies. We start the morning with smoothies or juices. Eat fresh fruits, sometimes veggies for snacks throughout the day. Lots of fruit at lunch, or raw salads, nuts and seeds, all the raw stuff. And then for dinner time, we incorporate, brown rice and sweet potatoes, regular potatoes. We make big veggie stews. Yeah, so that's pretty much all there is to that.
Speaking of what I eat in a day, is all so many of our viewers, 90% of our viewers are women. So I'm it's hard for me to get geared up to shoot many videos of what I eat in a day. Would you guys want, you should comment, let me know. Would you want me to shoot what I eat in a day? Is anybody curious? Do you have boyfriends or husbands that want to see what I eat in a day? I've got a bunch of guys that ask me for workout stuff. I just haven't figured out a good method for making a workout video yet. That will happen probably this spring or summer. But let me know if you guys want to see what I eat in a day, or anything specific, your husband, your boyfriend, or anything. I'm open to shoot whatever. I just sometimes feel
Oh, that was a good burp.
the women are the ones that are running the stuff around
No,
here.
I think there's lots of fellas out there that are closet watching and closet listening while the wives
Well,
are
if you
playing.
are, let me know, and I'll try to speak to the guys especially, or the ladies. I don't eat.
See, you're getting. Steven says yes, Dusty. What I eat in a day. Amen.
All right.
Okay, yeah. Everybody wants to see both perspectives. Awesome. Let's see here. I saw something I wanted to. Oh, are you guys active on Patreon? I looked you guys up and saw you have an account. We did create an account, and then we kind of just flopped. We didn't do anything with it yet. But if you guys are interested, or if you don't know what Patreon is, it's just a platform that helps social media influencers, people like us who spend a heck of a lot to make quality content, not just the content, but our camera equipment,
Yeah.
microphones, computer software, all of that stuff is just, you know, we're constantly improving to bring a better
quality to you guys.
Yeah.
So I just downloaded a program for editing software that was, again, super expensive. If you guys could see, we've got 3 screens in front of us right now, so we can type and listen and watch, and like it's crazy. But yeah, so Patreon is we need to get that going, because you know, asking for money is kind of a weird thing, but honestly, we have people that say we would love to support you guys, because everything we do is for free and for the viewers, and we want to continue to make it free, but we also want to eventually be able to like make a living doing this. So yeah, Patreon needs to get going. Again, it's a crowdfunding site, so anybody can donate to us, to the cause, to the EatMoveRest cause. We need to get that going. So again, if you guys are into that, if you guys would support us, let us know.
Yeah. We're just not gonna be like too pushy with it, or
we feel weird like asking for money,
Yeah.
and it's, again, we probably never will ask, but we realize that there are people that would like to support us, and that is super flattering and exciting. So let us know if you'd be up for that. We'll get the Patreon going, and as a patron, you get perks. So like you get private chats with us, you would get private videos, stuff like that. So we just need to get those details ironed out. But again, if that's something you'd be into or open to, let us know. We just need a little push in that direction, I guess.
So, how is the breastfeeding journey coming along? You look like a pro. It's had its ups and downs, but overwhelmingly it's been really positive. It's been a great bonding experience. Max is a pretty good eater, but he does go through phases where he has growth spurts. And I've heard from a friend that there's like 2 types of growth spurt. One is where they sleep a lot, and that's where their brain is developing. One is where they eat a lot, and that's where their body is growing a lot. So he goes through phases where he'll eat a ton, and then other phases where he's just sleeping like crazy, and then I get nervous that he's not eating enough, but he's growing just fine. It's just, you know, mom problems, I guess.
Yeah.
And lately, like I said, he gets distracted, so I have to try and be a lot more calm and present when I feed him.
He's so squirmy right now.
But yeah, so one problem is that he won't take a bottle. So everybody told us to do it early on to get him used to it. Otherwise, he'll deny. And he only took a bottle from each of us once ever. And I don't think we were practicing it enough with him, because now he just won't take it at all.
Yeah.
We've been told to try different nipples, but actually a lactation consultant just told me a couple days ago that at 4 months they can actually drink out of a sippy cup, so to maybe just bank on doing that if we ever need to, like, if I need to pump because we're going to be gone for a few hours, you know, date night or whatever it might be. But it's not a huge deal at this point for us. Let's see. Is YouTube your full-time job? Can't imagine you'd have time. Not at all a full-time job. Man, we are crammed. I feel like our Friday nights are like editing to hopefully get a video up on Saturday or Sunday, and we're trying to get into a better schedule so we don't have to do that necessarily, but we've got lots of odd jobs.
Patreon would help with that. Again, if we got like support and stuff like that, which is part of the reason like creators get on these crowdfunding sites, is so they can transition out of their other jobs and make things like YouTube their primary job, and that's the goal for us.
Right. We want to be able to, you know, put out a couple videos a week, and maybe
or just better ones.
Yeah.
And just have more time for, you know, baby Max and on all that stuff, and be able to live anywhere and work from our computers. And yeah, that's the dream for us, to be able to go places, shoot more videos, and do more lives. I mean, we'd love to do more stuff like
not just YouTube either. I mean, I want to be able to sit down and actually write this ebook, and I would like to be able to do like 21-day challenges and things like that. And we want to be able to get on a Facebook group and have a support group and
more retreats
and
local retreats,
kind of stuff. So
cheaper and shorter retreats that
get there.
that cost less. Like there's so much that we want to do, but yeah, for now we have regular jobs that kind of keep us from that. So, but we're working on it, and we're doing fine, and we're super content and happy.
Danielle says, could you do a $1 tier if you do Patreon? Love supporting my peeps, but multiple adds up. I hear you on that. That's a good point. Thank you for that.
Totally.
Let's see. New vegan, literally this week.
Nice.
This is Kayleen. Cut out dairy 3 months ago due to breastfed babies' allergies, and now looking for any advice for new vegan breastfeeding 2 babies.
Wow.
Thanks. Well, I guess number 1 would be calories. Stay on top of those calories.
Yeah.
And drinking lots of water, obviously. But I think it's really important to stay up on your iron and your protein and all of that too. So healthy whole grains. I really like lots of lentils. You've seen us do a handful of cooked like oatmeal, rolled oats, steel cut oats. Those are really good and filling and nourishing. And just, you know, make sure you're consuming a lot of fresh stuff too. Lots of smoothies, things that are easy to just throw in a blender and grab so you can sit down. And I guess it's kind of hard to do much when you're feeding 2 babies, but just to have easy, simple, quick fixes that are calorie dense. Smoothies are the easiest.
Yep.
Still doing my research on veganism. What would you recommend to someone who's trying this lifestyle if they have iron deficiency? Oh, well, I kind of just touched on that. I would think, you know, one of the best sources is lentils. Do some red lentils. Do like our Indian slow cooker stew, or the one we just put out, the budget-friendly recipe is super quick to make. Lentils are great for iron. Greens are great for iron.
Yeah.
You know, maybe start out with an iron supplement as you're getting used to the transition. That might help too.
Yeah. We should do a van life or RV life. I would love that. And Erin says that she would love that, and I'm trying to convince her to do like a summer road trip, but she's not convinced. Will you guys help me convince Erin that like a 2-week road trip?
It's just because getting through Nebraska takes like hours enough as it is.
No,
I want to go
like 4 hours. We're in Denver in like 6 hours. Then it's beautiful. Then it's mountains.
See, I want to fly to California and then rent a car on Turo for like $1 a day and then drive the whole coast. I would like that kind of road trip.
I don't want to drive somebody else's car. That's so expensive.
I
want to drive my car, and I want to camp, and I want to hike, and I want to do all these things. I want to be Griswold, and I want to stop and see the largest ball of yarn so I can be with my boy. I
told him he's starting to sound like Clark W. Griswold from Vacation.
Yes, I don't know if I could live in a van, but
I
definitely want to go on a summer road trip and do that. Those would make cool YouTubes. I think you guys would like to see a YouTube, right? A vegan road trip.
Oh, for sure. But
you guys need to know this about Erin. Every time we've ever done anything,
sitting still, that's difficult.
Every time we've ever done anything, I wanted to remodel our house. She was like, I don't know. And then I was like, we need to go on a trip to Italy. And she was like, I don't know. Like almost everything we've ever done.
To Italy twice.
Everything we've ever done, she has to like basically say no first. She has to first say no, and then I have to talk her into it. After which, she's so happy. But
that's why we complete each other, right? Let's see. What else? Oh,
Max is talking. Can you guys hear him talking?
While I'm looking for more questions to answer here, I guess we said that we were going to touch on our Costa Rica retreat and give you guys a recap. Just a quick, brief recap. It was amazing. It was even more beautiful, even more life-giving and life-changing than we ever could have hoped for or imagined. Our group was awesome, so awesome that we're like, let's all get together again next year or next week, next month. It's really been an incredible, it was an incredible experience getting to connect in person with everybody who we basically had met just online.
Yeah, so we had people from East Coast, West Coast, like North, West, South, like everywhere. We had people from...
Even a couple from here in Lincoln that we
had a couple of friends that came from Lincoln that, we didn't even really know, but they were local. We had some friends that we recently met that came from Hawaii. It was just an amazing experience. We secretly were like, we hope all of you come again next year because this has been so much fun. We seriously bonded. and made great friends.
We were
in a
joking,
week.
like the couple of weeks coming up to the retreat, we're like,
Yeah.
the main goal isn't to like eat fresh fruits and vegetables because we know that's a given. The main goal is to make every single person cry, like have some sort of awakening or life-changing experience or just a connection with self or with each other. And literally, I was the first person to cry on the first night. I was so like, wait, this isn't going according to plan, but it felt great. And then, I don't know, it felt good to let my guard down because I feel like I don't do that often enough. But then literally everybody, like at some point, did something that put them so far out of their comfort zone, like never put on the spot, but I could just see that people genuinely wanted to grow, and everybody did something, like I said, took a risk or cried or shared something that they weren't, planning on sharing, and we all cried. It was great. Well, we all laughed too. It was a blast.
We danced. We had a daytime dance party. We hiked waterfalls. We jumped off of cliffs. We obviously ate like the most amazing, healthy, tasty
So much good
food. We picked plants off of trees, ate them, herbs, spices, like all these weird things that you buy essential oils of. You buy teas. Like we saw the real plants. We ate them. We walked and hiked and got barefoot and stared at the sun. Like we did the coolest, most random, amazing things. Thanks to Brian and Jody, who own the retreat center, and our chefs, Sophia, Nikki, and our yoga instructor, Pernilla, and Amago was the groundskeeper guy and gardener. Like,
It was a blast.
we had a blast. We met the most amazing people. We saw a horse give birth, like,
Well, we
or a
will
cow. Actually, was it a cow?
Yeah,
it was a cow.
We'll actually have the recap video sometime in the next month or so, hopefully. So
Yeah.
you guys can kind of see what we're talking about.
Yeah.
And we've already got the next one scheduled for next year. You can find that on the website if you're at all interested.
Yeah.
But
Max is just being loud. We need your help. If anybody else have a 3-month-old that is like just crazy energy and distracted, he doesn't want to eat. He doesn't want to sleep.
He's just
he
more
just
in,
wants
like-
to like yell and look at things. Like
he's getting more into like cluster feeding, where he'll just eat for a little bit and then stop, and then he'll want to eat again and then stop. So we're kind of trying to power through this phase.
yeah.
But let me see what else they're traveling with babies. So as far as breastfeeding goes, they say to like breastfeed during takeoff and during landing. It helps their ears to pop because that swallowing, makes your ears pop. So I did that on the way out. He did great. He was an angel. And on the way back, the timing didn't work out, but he still did just fine. So that was a relief to kind of find out that even though I didn't do it perfectly, it still was fine. And I think on every flight, the person who sat next to us was like, you had a really good baby. So that felt amazing to hear. I'm like, thank you. Oh man, I think we're blessed because it's not that way for everybody. And we know how it is to sit on an airplane with a screaming baby, and it's not easy. In fact, on the first flight out, it was funny because this guy came up to sit next to us. There was like 3 seats, and he's like, oh, I think I might look for an empty seat in the back.
Pass. He didn't want to sit next to us.
I guess our win, because
we had an open seat next to us, but Max was an angel.
Yeah,
so.
exactly. So it worked out. It was kind of funny.
All right, we've got like a minute and a half left. Somebody says they're watching from Korea and it's 10 a.m. there. That's so cool. Thanks for that shout out.
Yeah.
More Palm Springs. Someone asked, the person from Korea asked if we eat meat once a year. Nope, I haven't eaten meat in like probably 5 years. So what else?
See.
We're not going to be able to get to all these comments, you guys, but thanks for everybody that signed on. Just get in touch with us.
I have a quick question. I'm wondering if you guys would be interested in more fitness related videos.
Yeah.
I've embarked on this whole weightlifting journey that Dusty's been trying to talk me into for years, and saying like, cardio, jogging on the bike path isn't necessarily going to shape your body the way you want it to, because I've had these little scrawny arms. Oh, that looks kind of big right there.
They're getting
It's the
bigger.
angle.
They're getting bigger.
Little arms and little butt, and it's working, you guys. So I'd love to start sharing some of that stuff. And did it show?
I don't think so. You can see more of the video on the channel than we can see here. So if you guys got a nipple slip,
Oh my gosh, I'm embarrassed. I hope not.
you probably didn't. But anyway.
Either way, we've all seen stuff on Nat Geo before.
All right, we're down to like 10 seconds. So anyway, we're gonna
Is
be
it gonna
signing
cut us off,
I
or
think
what?
I think it cuts us off.
It
We'll
might
see.
cut us off.
Yeah, I think we're down to an
Okay,
hour.
guys.
Thanks again, you guys. We'll see you soon. We'll do this again.
Bye, guys. Oh, we're still going though.
Oh wait, should we go for a few more?
We can go for a few more.
What the heck?
It's like when Aerosmith goes on stage and they don't play Dream On. They go off the stage.
Yeah.
Everybody stands and cheers, and then they come back on.
This is embarrassing. Last time I could have swore it cut us off at an hour. Maybe that was Instagram. Okay, well we'll try
here's
to.
Bo. Give Bo a quick. Turn the camera down.
Okay. Bo wants to say hi.
He just got groomed and he looks super gorgeous.
Oh, now he's being camera shy. Max
Come on,
is
babe.
yelling.
Show us those luscious locks.
He just got a bath.
He always kind of knows when he looks extra good. He just has this walk about him.
All right, we'll do a few more minutes here. Let's try to knock out some of these questions. Jess said she just moved to Hawaii and is feeling inspired to get healthy. Jess, we're gonna come stay with you and possibly move in.
Totally.
Thanks for the shout out. Let's see.
Oh, I have another question. What would make our YouTube lives...
Tabitha, hang on real
Sorry.
quick. Tabitha asked if he does this all day or just in the evenings. He's been kind of like off and on during the day. She said read Baby Wise. Do we have that book?
We have that book.
Okay, we haven't read it, but we have it. So, like most books, anybody buy books and not read them? We've got stacks of books because they're good. But
I
we haven't read 'em.
I really love Audible because audiobooks I can listen to while I get ready in the morning and multitask. And let's be honest, especially #mom life, multitasking is a must.
Yep, totally. Okay,
I have
Maddie
one-
Limburner. Somebody said Maddie Limburner has a fitness channel. I think that's why Erin has been more inspired, is from Maddie's channel. So she definitely wants to film something. She's been killing it in the gym. She's been doing super good. So
Did my squats today.
yeah.
Beast mode.
Let's see. Somebody said they recently, Life with Jessica, recently found our channel. We're so fun. Let's see. And your husband, nice.
Oh, Feast at Lele. That was really good. It was
did-
an all vegan.
Yeah, it was all vegan. I'm so glad you guys did that. That's awesome.
It's a luau that actually had an all vegan menu. You had to like tell them ahead of time so the chef knew, but
Yeah.
it was amazing.
Did
Never
you guys
knew
do
there
that
was such
because
a-
of us? That's so cool if you did.
Yeah.
Let's see. Want to be traveling and homeschool. Mama, that's cool. Let's see. Cheese is addictive. We know. Cool. Well, if you guys have any other last minute questions, we can.
It'll cut you off after 8 hours, Stephen says. That's a long
8?
time.
Wow, that's. I don't think we.
I don't
have
think
8
we
hours.
could go live that long. I think I would be dead by then.
Yeah. Well, we talk a lot, so.
what
We'll
would-
Hey, wait. What if we went live on our road trip? Because she's so bored, she can just talk and talk and talk
Totally.
and go live.
I
We'll
was
go
actually
live
just gonna say
for 8
that.
hours on our way to
I
Denver.
was actually just gonna ask what would make our live videos more entertaining or engaging for you guys. Do you want us to like be on a walk outside next time, like rather than just
That might
sitting
be too
here?
bouncy.
Or yeah, I don't know.
We'll see.
But hopefully it's entertaining. Hopefully you guys learn something and get a little enjoyment, at least from this little chub. He's always. We kept thinking Max was teething because he's just always chewing on his fingers, but we've been told that it's probably not the case quite yet. But
No.
he's just discovering his hands and that he likes to chew on them.
All right, you guys. I think we should probably end it. We have to finish dinner. We actually haven't even started dinner.
What are we gonna eat?
We got some leftovers.
We've
I
got
don't know.
some. We made the budget friendly dinner. Check
Yeah.
out that video. That's what we made last night, and we'll probably throw some sweet potatoes in the Instant Pot because let's face it, that's life.
life.
That's my favorite. Like sweet potatoes are seriously life.
And we've been trying to go to bed early and get up early because we were inspired on the retreat. Bed at 10, rise at 6. You get your 8 hours.
We've
The
stuck
sun's
with
not
it.
up. We've done pretty good. I think I laid there for quite a while this morning. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
lie, but we're gonna try to stick to it. That means we need
I
to
feel
eat
amazing.
and go to
It's
bed
awesome.
like soon. It's
Yeah.
8:30 here. We got an hour and a half to eat. Super late. We're eating too late, but.
Anita said, I recently found your channel and have been, all caps, obsessed. I feel tickled by that. Thank you.
Yep.
That's exciting to hear.
The person from Korea said thank you. Thank you. That's so cool. Night, let's see. Yes, we always roast our veggies. Jessica, you're welcome. Yes, we're gonna do an ebook. Good night, you guys. We'll talk soon. We'll be
We're
back.
gonna do these more often, so
Maybe-
thanks for tuning in.
Maybe we'll make this a weekly thing. No promises, but we'll see. Alrighty, we'll see you guys.
Love you guys. Bye. Bye.
Wait, now I don't know how to turn it off. Do I just